here it is, my first look. Therefore I rap. I'm going to see how the text lines up. We're using KDP, Amazon, Kindle Direct Publishing. I'm going to see what this looks like. So, let's see. Just looking at the outside here. Therefore I rap. Cover looks nice. CHW, liking that. Therefore I rap, CHW. Therefore I rap is a little bit lower than center. It's fine. I might be. That's what it says on the back of the book there. I might be. Two characters, perhaps one and the same, debate who's in charge and who's in charge in one spiraling, rhyming piece. It's a poem, it's heart, it's one long stab at to be, as well as at life and what leaves life. It's honest thoughts and creative lines jostling. It's R.A.P. Then in quotes it says, our lives may keep as lack of dust, shaped like old guns, when terror knocks at last. Then out of quotes it says, I think. And the idea is, I think, therefore I rap. Alright, I'm about to open this for the first time. Looking forward, here we go. Let's savor it. I got a 4x6, nice and small. It's 100 words per page. So it's 150 pages, 15,000. I'm going to see if that's, I think I maybe should have done like 120, 125 words a page. But let's find out. I'm going to read the back once more because I might want to change the words. I did the back sort of the day before I published the book, knowing that I might change it. I just wanted to look at it here. The poem's solid. I'm going to go through it once, mark everything up with a pen, and then I'll go back online and add those penned edits before hitting that upload button. Let me read that once more. And I did some weird capitalizing on the back. Not in the poem, but in the back. In the poem, there's some, but it's on purpose. Two characters, perhaps is in caps here. Perhaps one and the same, debate who's in charge and who's in charge in one spiraling, rhyming piece. In one spiraling rhyme. How about that? Might be that. It's a poem, it's heart, it's one long stab at to be, as well as at life and what light leaves life. It's honest thoughts and creative lines jostling. It's R.A.P. Our lives may keep. That's a good line. Or I like this. There's a reason I put it on the back. It's my favorite. Our lives may keep as lack of dust, shaped like old guns when terror knocks at last. I think, therefore I rap. Okay, let's open it up. Open it up. Blank page. Blank page. Therefore I rap. Or the blank page on the left. Therefore I rap. CHW. Publishing company name pending. It's kind of strange. I know what it's going to be. I think this one I'm going to use the free ISBN number for Amazon that Amazon provides you with. Although I have already applied for the Canadian one. So I don't know if I'm going to wait for that or not. I have to find out. I'll leave it in a comment maybe below. I'm not sure. Copyright 2025 dash, and then it just says my name, CHW, all rights reserved. Therefore I rap. Okay, let's flip the page, see what's going on here. There's a little, I don't know, a little dedication, I think you might call this page. Here's my introduction. It says, Winnie the Pooh, Christopher Robin. Batman, Robin. Really, it's Alfred, don't tell anyone. And then it says blank, you. Introduction. Am I going to read? It's not a whole lot of words. The introduction, I also did right before. I wasn't I didn't have it planned. The poem I spent, crazy amounts of time on, but the introduction was sort of last minute. I gave it a twice over. Should I read it? Yeah, I can cut it out, right? Here, my 15,000 word rap/poem that could take X amount of time to read. X meaning any, which'd lead the 10-pace seeker to finding treasures plenty when it marks the spot. This is my 15,000 word rap/poem. I wrote all by myself without any help at all. That's any like X, as in Malcolm could be any one when his sentence ends with such a punctuation. Malcolm could be any. Disrespect? You disrespect yourself and everyone else. It should be maybe you disrespect yourself and everyone else. Greatness is innate from the moment the seed is in the pot. It's what demotivates, belittlements and failures that stop that arms of earth from reaching the top. People chip have yet to listen. All right, here's where we're going to grab that pen. Can't believe it made it in quite like this. So that's the period there. Capital there. People chip is the start of a sentence. And throw a maybe. There we go. I'm not going to edit the whole poem, maybe the 2.5 pages here for the introduction. Though this isn't greatness at all. This is my 15,000 word rap/poem, a character dialogue inspired by the thought I've been wrought with since my first school bus drove me to denominator learning. It went, why is X X and what would nothing be? Then what plagued me in my early 20s inspired the rest, in no particular order, nor is there nothing more to this than these two thoughts, though they guide my most. It goes, who's pulling my strings, and are we ever, even for a moment, free, you or me or any, free, ever for a second, and have we truly self? Might be. This poem has been written, formatted, and published for your reading pleasure, not my ominous health, only for a shred of validation, hand-picked from mountains you might send to no range accommodation. I may ask for sweets to lament the sugar, chew the cherry, and dip, lest I grow a tooth. A little bit of a weird angle as I read these. That's okay. This is savory. Well, yeah, see, it's weird. Okay. If I put my thumb there, there's a big gap here compared to down there, which maybe that just shows I haven't read a lot of books. This is savory, save me from pander for approval, cheap, and slice of life, notice me, I'm not the self I once was, look into the mirror at you, deformed, wearing party favors poetry. Save me. I do me, and what I might be, shall never thank me later, but dissolve in the crumbs of vacant pantries. This is from my candid, for your heavy mind swirling, for your touch-and-go concern with what's ever going on, for your leathered hello you place upon X untainted eager. I aid and abet to share my bed of woe. This is for you, yearning to find a diamond in the rough to lay upon your skin, my hardly good enough to be squeezed through your wanting palm till all that's written sits as limp corsage at your off in the distance unvisited prom. It's my 15,000 word rap/poem I wrote all by myself without X others involved, and I care about you deeply if we've yet to meet, or will have never met when time has finally crept to the end of my song, if it ever was mine, though I suspect at best I sang along to the tune of any. I saw no prom or promise in those plastic chairs of sit and stare. I saw rap, though. I saw the stars, I saw what wasn't there, when my honest cared for a single any, and now I solely write. This is my 15,000 word rap/poem, the whispers of my toss and turn, burning back of the head cursed nights. The following is chatter between two beings that are perhaps one and the same, as they debate their roles in the universe, as well as free will, everything and nothing, among other things, in the style, I should have turned that fan off, of their respective likings, rap and poetry, all the while fighting for the spotlight and hurling towards the end of the piece, forever hurling, perhaps afraid or as brave as any. Now read away, if you'd like. Up to you. If you think you can decide what you decide, it's up to you. It's up to you, the one I'm talking to, not the one you claim to be, the same you in you that moves in me, the self-indulgence that sees us every move, that consumes what it excretes, chews what it feeds, and writes what it reads, the you and me. This is my 15,000-word rap/poem. It's a dialogue between two characters fighting for the limelight while debating life. This is life debating life in the style of rap and poetry wanting. This is cold summer days neath taunting rays that give as me. I fish in quiet, still red pond, rippling with reflections of horror, unless I walk among the horror, unknowingly, beneath peace, beyond the shoulders of my dilated gaze that oscillates itself a rut through nature's embracing chorus. I may be the horror shush. Our bed of petals is but another bezeled diamond of 360 or maybe 65 dominoing degrees, teeter-tottering atop a gnawing string, running along a promise ring, promising only to illy fit around what unfit dreams wander through our lack of accommodations pristine and baked-in modesty. We are no... Hush, let's begin. I might be. Therefore, I rap. Here's the chapter titles. Maybe we'll go through that in a moment. I gotta put some commas in here. Unbelievable. We're all the way to the proof copy, putting in commas. It's okay. Let's put is. Our bed of petals is but another bezeled diamond of 360 or maybe 65 dominoing degrees, there it is, comma, teeter-tottering atop a gnawing string running along a promise ring. All right, I'll do a little bit harder of an edit off camera there. I think it might just be a bit long. All this stuff about sugar. Bit of a paragraph there. We'll check the intro some more off camera. Here, I'll go through the chapter titles. These, I'm 99.999 on everything for the rest of the book. Ooh, I'm going to find out how many words are on each page. Therefore I rap, and it says a poem divided. July, chapter 1. Or chapter 1, July. That's how it could be, but that's how I chose to do it. July, chapter 1. July, chapter 1. Page 1 to 3. And then I have each page. The font on these is kind of gray. I think it's because they were links, and then now they're not links, but they stayed that color. Might be what's going on. Anyway, so July, page 1 is Rousing Air, page 2 is Splintered Sliver, page 3 is From Fear, and that's because, well, I sort of look at it as each page is almost its own poem, more or less. I wasn't sure how I was going to break down the chapters, so I don't have, if you flip to chapter 2 on page 4, there's not a, oh, this is cool. There's not a, that's the chapter name right there. It's in the heading. It's underlined. The chapter titles are underlined, and then the top of the page has its own word describing, it's a line from each one of those pages, actually. It's a couple of words from, so like chapter 1 is July, and I have Rousing Air, that's pulled from the page, Splintered Sliver, and From Fear. Chapter 2 is We RAP. And then page 4 is July 14th. Page 5 is Like a Lamborghini. Drag a Host. My Appetite Blooms. Hush. So on and so forth. So just the chapter names. I won't go through the pages. There are 25 of them. July, We RAP. Unleash Me. Darkness. Must all be on pages. I have it in me. Let me rap and wax. Troubles, as Galapagos. Maybe I'm life. That's a good one. Who am I? I asked you to rap. Two rulers, Rorschach Bloom. Nothing I didn't write. Beautiful might be. Giving nothing. Never to speak. I wax like. Strength gush. I am he. Weak I fear. Reap. Chapter 25 is So Be It. Chapter 26. Pretty cool. I have to might be chapter 26 on the last page. I'm going to say this chapter font is a little big. I'll put that at the start of the chapter pages. And maybe it can probably go down one, so you can read more chapters at a time. Maybe take out the spaces between chapters. Make it a little smaller. Okay, let's take a look at page 1. Almost flew by it. I am lack of glue made stretched across a fracture, a troubled wrapper at a splintered door on a glistening wooden porch neath a dying tree on the edge of a vibrant forest. Strength in me, I feel one with laughter in fragile brooch on old unweathered chest dancing. I feel as words unsaid and held breath in rousing air, like it's July 15th, like I am one day old, and I might be at peace in my torturous forked soul to behold such a glorious notion, if not for what bites me. Though I might then, too, trace no ring around a rose. Strength, we might be nothing's splintered sliver of ever-constant growth. Self-eclipsing heads to ever again slither from an unfilled chest, a Russian nest of poets. Our debt-embedded tongues to go on slipping from an ever-transferring grip tightening around a lack of change. From a transferring grip tightening around a lack of change. I used to have ever before transferring, but to ever again slither from an unfilled chest, so I didn't want to put ever twice in the same one. We are not to want to keep, but pull yarns of thread from our yawning heads until our souls of stead make way for the promise of long unfathomed sheep. We let be to let free and give what flutters name. Our lightning lives, the size, the duration of time, that rounding silver lines were once deathly afraid of what may break from their lasting lack of rain in terrifying, tranquil skies of blank. From fear of us, our lungs of dust, from fear of humankind, from your hush week. It's July 14th, and we RAP. Waxing about being will not bring peace. Okay, and then they start going back and forth. Wow. This is cool. This is awesome. It looks great. I'm very happy about this. I'm going to go through. I'm going to add some commas, punctuation, change a word here or there. I'll go online. I'll get it. I will get it. I'll get it on. I'll get it up there. I like what I heard about the non-matte. This is matte. Sorry. What I heard about the matte finish was that fingerprints are a big thing. That's tricky. whether I would want this glossy or not. Like, I don't have the glossy one to compare. I think I might. That's alright, but gotta choose now, huh? I should've... Maybe I'll get one more copy in matte. Yeah, you know what? I'll finish it. I'll order myself one more in glossy, and then I will compare those two, and then that's what I'll make available to the public. But there it is. Therefore I Rap. I Might Be, right on the back there. Look forward to this. Here's a line. Strength, relax. The line in the sand leads to naught but the beach, but that's where the sky has a place in the tide as it laps, where stars come to drown at curious feet, and pulsing windows to lingering pasts, where wanderers walk along infinite twinkling mass. And I'll stop there. Yep. Very, very cool. Could I have made the font smaller? Yeah. But you know what? I think this has you pay attention to what you're reading a little bit more, maybe. Like, it puts more weight on each word, maybe. Although, I don't know. I'm going to have to meditate on this. Pretty cool. Here, all right, here's my Karen line, and then I'll hang her up. You want to know? Nah, you're going to have to get the book for that one. All right. See you around. Therefore I Rap. CHW. My first ever thing. I'm very happy with it. Like, outside of this, I'm happy with the writing I did upstairs that I got in here. I think I got something. I think I'm on to something right here. I'm going to do a couple of tweaks. It'll be uploaded soon. So, look forward to it. I'm going to make some videos about it, some of my favorite lines, favorite passages. I might do readings. Might read the life chapter. It's my... Well, no, maybe an author shouldn't say which is their favorite. Maybe I'll take that out. Alright. Thanks, guys. Woo! Maybe I'm a dope with not a hope of my own in my chest, kept barely alive, only so life doesn't know death. Maybe it's life through me that raps with remnants of pride on its breath, and has measured my steps as I carefully tread, because being alive has even life out of its depth,